Yoga or Pilates? Which one should you choose? Obviously, I'm going to say yoga. Hey, what's up, everyone? It's your favorite nurse yogi, Leslie, and I just wanted to have a sit down chit chat with you about what is the difference between yoga and Pilates. So, if you've been following me on all of the social media platforms, but specifically the clock one, I asked like, which one do y'all do? Do you do yoga? Do you do Pilates? And people had a lot to say about it. I'll see if I can insert some things here, still figuring out how to make the cool edits, but people had some interesting things to say. And the reason I was asking which one do you all do? Do you do yoga? Do you do Pilates? Is because recently I've been hearing a lot of you say, I'm doing Pilates, I'm doing Pilates. And I'm like, okay. And I think I'm kind of like getting my feelings about it a little bit because I'm like, why don't you do yoga? So I asked a question, and the reason a lot of the girlies are doing Pilates is because they physically want to get in shape, like physically want to get in shape before they go on that vacation where, in spring season, summer is the next season. So they're getting prepared. They're getting prepared to look and feel their best, which I think is great. But like I said already, the answer for me is do yoga. And the reason I say do yoga and I say do yoga first, actually, is because, and I say first in the sense of this. So also, if you don't know, I love to support new moms on their healing journey through yoga, breath work, and mindset coaching. When you become a new mom, it can be really, it's just a lot in general. So, yoga is one of the modalities that I use to help me heal myself, to help me feel just more like me, but not really like me because the old you goes bye-bye, but like a new me. You see what I'm saying? And so yoga is one of the ways I did that. And so now I'm on a mission to share how I used yoga to help me mentally overcome a lot of the challenges that new motherhood brings forth. Also, gonna plug here, I do have a podcast now. I have a podcast now where and you know why I go like this because maybe I'll be able to insert like clapping, but if we don't, I hear the clapping. You're like, yeah, I have a podcast. I have a podcast now called the Leslie Does Wellness Podcast on all places you listen to podcasts for the most part should be. Where I'm having conversations with mothers. So it's going to be it's going to be a 2-season podcast. We'll see what happens after that, but I can definitely commit 2 seasons to you all. And I'm sitting down with moms and asking them about the new motherhood phase, specifically like those first 2 weeks. Well, that's what season 2 will really be focusing on. But season 1, I'm talking to Black moms. But moral of the story is, a lot of us as new moms, I know me, we're just like, what the hell is going on? It feels like I got hit by a bus physically. And then, you hear these things about like snapping back, and you compare yourself to where you used to be. You compare yourself to how others were quicker to snap back. It's just a lot of comparison that happens in new motherhood. But I say all that to say, when you are ready, right? Because we all need to move our bodies. And I'm not here to share with you how to lose weight after you have the baby. No, I'm here to show you how to heal, how to find that new you postpartum through the use of yoga, breath work, and mindset coaching. And with that being said, yoga's that's the way for me. So I wanted to get though back into what I was saying, because like the girlies were like, yeah, I do Pilates to strengthen my core. That's what the main conversation was on the clock app. They're like, I do it for core strength, core strength, core strength. So I did my own research and I was like, hey, let me look to see what really is the difference between yoga and Pilates. Because when I see snippets of Pilates, it like kind of looks like, well, you're on a yoga mat. So there's that. So I'm like, what is really the difference? And the research that I found, the main difference is, well, 2 main differences is Pilates focuses on your core strength, which is perfect if you are a postpartum person. Our cores they break open, in essence, right? Our abdominal wall, it opens up to create space for that baby. Once the baby comes out of you, your core ideally is supposed to come back together, right? But a lot of the time that doesn't happen for people, and sometimes our core, it'll start to come back. Like, it'll come back. It's not going to completely like this most of the time, but it might not come back all the way, and it might be a little bit like this. So what that is called is actually diastasis recti. Here is my nurse hat. I'm a registered nurse by trade. So this will happen postpartum, and you have that diastasis recti. So this is the abdominal wall. You see all the spaces in between my fingers, right? And this is where you can do a few things. Actually, you can, I don't know where the video is going to go this way, but I want to say this here because this is something I also did in tandem with yoga and like core workouts. I didn't do Pilates when I had postpartum, but I did do this. I went to see a physical therapist that specialized in pelvic rehabilitation, pelvic floor rehabilitation. I did not know that was a thing, everybody. When I tell you, I am a registered nurse by trade. And when I think of PT, that's what is the short term for physical therapy. When I think of PT, I think of people like you had God forbid, you got in a car accident or you had a stroke. And now the physical therapist alongside an occupational therapist are helping you learn how to use your body again, right? But as I say that definition of like what, and it's a very like not even the exact definition of everything physical therapists do, but when I say that definition, you hear, what I hear is, oh, car accident, stroke. Those are traumatic experiences. And a lot of the time when you give birth, especially if you give birth in the hospital like I did, it's a traumatic experience. So of course you need that physical therapy. Like, I don't know why that wasn't something that was like I didn't learn that in nursing school. That's why I think I kind of get like annoyed with myself because I'm like, why didn't I know this? I'm like, why didn't they tell me that I was supposed to get this? Luckily, my midwife on it, as soon as I had these babies, she was like, okay, you need to see a physical therapist. And I kind of was like, I don't feel that busted, but okay, I'm a compliant patient. I'm going to do what you say. And it was everything I needed. The physical therapist showed me a lot of things. She showed me how like core workouts to do that weren't anything like HIIT. It was like perfect for postpartum people. And I'm also going to link below my postpartum yoga classes bundle. These are things that my physical therapist taught me, and then I sprinkle in my yoga knowledge. And it's a 3-part series. So it's 3 on-demand classes specifically for postpartum people. Highly recommend that you check that out because that is how I eased my way back into my movement routine. Notice I say movement routine and not workout exercise. I say movement routine because we all need to move. We all need to move in order to sustain, to thrive, to do all of those things. So going back to what's the difference between yoga, Pilates. Pilates focuses on the core, but it is my suggestion. This is all suggestions. This is not doctor's orders. My suggestion though, before you hit the Pilates, is to start with gentle movements such as yoga. So right after you have that baby, obviously you wait the 4 to 6 weeks and you wait till your doctor clears you to then work out. And once they say, okay, you're all clear, I suggest you do yoga. So again, my postpartum yoga bundle is in the link below. Do that first after you're cleared by your doctor. I have to repeat that because I don't need anybody saying, well, she said, no, I did not. Do that first. Do yoga with Leslie. Then after you do yoga with me for, maybe like it takes, they say it takes about 30 to 60 days to build a habit. So I would say 3 to 6 months of like doing yoga, I'll give this to you, maybe about 3 months of doing yoga, then transition into a different type of movement routine. That's when you can incorporate the Pilates. And what you're doing is you already have a foundation in your movement routine. You see what I'm saying? You already have that foundation of yoga, where in yoga, we teach you like poses, right? We teach you how to do downward dog. We teach you how to do child's pose. These are all poses that help stretch, you know, your thighs. They help you stretch your core. They help you stretch your leg muscles. They help you stretch all of these things. So then after about 3 or so months, you can add the Pilates, right? And you add the Pilates, and then you're already coming into this Pilates class strong. Even if that first Pilates class, guys, you were like, what the hell just happened? I promise you're coming in stronger versus somebody that's like, doesn't really do any kind of movement, and they're like, I'm going to take Pilates. That is like, what the hell? So let me also do this, because I also am creating like a post across my social media platforms explaining the difference. That's why I'm looking down at my phone. So let's go into this, the more like what I defined it as. So yoga focuses more on mindfulness and gentle stretching, at least the way I teach my classes. So I'm very about, which is the next slide, there's different types of yoga. Okay. So that's a whole nother conversation. If you're here with me, I teach restorative yoga classes. Restorative, the word in itself says it. The focus of my classes is to restore your body physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. We do all of that in a yoga class with me. The other types of classes are hatha, yin yoga. So you can Google those and look on your own. Kundalini yoga. There's so many. Bikram hot yoga was actually my first yoga class. And a little tangent, first yoga class that I took back in 2009, Bikram hot yoga. The room is 105 degrees. It is not a normal hot yoga class. The room is 105 degrees. You do pose 1 to like 26. Don't quote me on the poses, but it's like you do pose A through Z, and you don't do A to L, then B to C. No, you do 1 A through Z in every class. I really liked that as my introduction, but then again, I am a very we'll say ambitious person. I just like to do things intensely, which I do not recommend if you are postpartum or if you're a new mother. No, but that's just my personality, working through that. But I liked it because it was regimented, and it was like, okay, I can't really get it wrong. And then I learned, through personal development work and yoga, the reason I love it so much is that there's really no such thing when it comes to practicing yoga that is right or wrong. It just is. Like, it's just information as to why, you may not be able to touch your toes in forward fold. Just take that as information, right? Just take it as information. Okay, moving on. So yoga, again, we're talking about what's the difference between yoga and Pilates, right? Because also, this video is serving as an education for you. If you're somebody that's like how I was, I'm like, what really is the difference? Because I am in the fitness realm now, in the fitness space, but I don't know everything. So that's why I was like, let me just ask my community. Let me ask the people that follow me, like, can you tell me which one you prefer? And it was really interesting to see, actually. Let's see. I think yoga, people said more so people said yoga, I think, that responded, if I'm right. So yoga focuses on the mind. Yoga shows you how powerful your mind really is through each pose that you do. So no matter where you are in your practice with yoga, right? We're all when you come into a yoga class with me, it's a practice. It's a practice. What does practice mean? It means that you're not coming in there like an expert. You're coming in there like me. We're all learning. Every day we're different people, right? So you're coming in learning. And yeah, so once you do these poses, though, when I teach you, I'm really talking to you up here. I'm really saying, what are you telling yourself as you're in downward dog? Are you saying, oh my God, I hate this pose so much? Like, what are we saying up here? What is that internal chatter, right? That garbage. How can we reframe that and create positive words? So then the pose becomes easier. It might not feel like that as you're in that downward dog, but it changes. It shifts a little of how you view that pose. So then Pilates focuses on strengthening your core, period. Like that is the biggest difference. Apart from like where was yoga founded? Yoga was founded like way back when. Oh my gosh, I don't even want to, a long time ago, like centuries ago. Pilates was like the 20th century that it was founded, but yoga ancient. Like yoga started, well, this is also a whole nother thing, but yoga has origins in India as well as origins in Africa. So it's been around for a very long time. But again, Pilates, it focuses on strengthening your core. Like that's what it does. So if you're like, okay, core is what I need, do Pilates. But if you're like, I want to start, with my mindset and like connecting with my body and getting to know who I am and my, what my spirituality means to me, yoga. So both yoga and Pilates are great for your physical health. And then, that leads me into the last thing I'll say. They're both great. Like if you are starting your movement routine, even if you're not a new mom, maybe whatever it is, maybe you had surgery recently and you're like, okay, I need to get back into this movement routine. Start yoga, have that foundation. You need a foundation in your movement routine. So you have to pick something. And I always suggest picking something with least resistance, something that it's not like, because for me, this is just me talking. When I think of something least resistance, I'm going to think yoga. Don't tell me to do a HIIT workout, y'all. HIIT workout, and I got to do burpees, all of that. I'm not going to want to commit to that for 30 days when I've just had a baby or I've just, recuperated from a surgery. I'm not going to commit to that for 30 days. So you need something that is with least resistance. So whatever that is to you, maybe it's swimming, maybe it's walking. Like these are things that are least, they're not as intense on your body, but you have to start, and then you have to create that foundation, at least a 30-day thing. So yeah, this month I will be having my next yoga experience, and we're titling this. We're working on the names, y'all. Just bear with me. But moving forward, my yoga experiences will be called Escape with Lesline. So Escape with Lesline yoga experience will be taking place April 23rd at 2 p.m. at Natural Vibes. So if you are local to the Orlando, Florida area, I encourage you, and I'll also link that below, to join us, because if you stay till the end, you get to see something, because I will be launching these weighted eye pillows. So these are the weighted eye pillows that I will be launching. So I will be launching these, and this is a weighted eye pillow, which has incredible health and wellness benefits, everybody. Like I mentioned to you all, the type of yoga I teach is restorative yoga. Restorative yoga uses yoga props. And this is a yoga prop that I have created. And everybody that attends my class on the 23rd will be getting first dibs on my first product. So, and you see it is like this African cloth, which was really special to me. So we have two options, y'all. We have these, and then we also have this print. So you have two options that you can choose from. I'm super excited to actually have like a tangible product. So the benefits, of weighted eye pillows, it helps with helps with eye strain. A lot of us are on the computer all day. We're on our phones all day. This forces you to close your eyes. So you simply just put it over your eyes, and it's about a 2-pound weight that you have, and it's sand. So it is sand that is in this, and then you can wash, like it's removable. So it's really like it's a pillow. So this is the pillow that's full of the sand, and you can throw this in the wash, and it's Velcro. So you see it's Velcro. Can you see that? It's like so weird to show on camera things. You have to but yeah, so it's Velcro. So you throw this in the wash, and then you just fit. It's a very snug fit. You just put it in here. Other uses it decreases your stress, it boosts your mood, it reduces your anxiety. Like, yeah, this pillow does all of that. So I'll be showing all of the guests that come to the Escape with Leslie and yoga experience how to properly use this in the yoga class. I'm so excited to bring this to you all. And yeah, let me know if you have any other questions about what the difference is between yoga and Pilates. I want to continue having this conversation. And yeah, if you have any other questions, let me know below. I can't wait to chat with you and see you on the 23rd. Bye.